This looks like a fun little hole. All tangled up here. So one thing I like about this hole is that you can tell that there's shallow riffles here, but it's not fast running shallow riffles. So it's not a decline too much, but it's just enough to allow some nice free flowing water and come in and dump into this big pool. Now the water continues to flow through here, as you can see, this white foam. So this is actually a good spot for trout to kind of hang, because the water and the bugs come drifting over here, and then the bugs start to head towards the creek's bottom, and that's when trout pick them off. And the bugs then, once they get down in this deeper area, they crawl up into the bank where they can get onto shallow water, less fast running water, and then they can do their thing and eat, and then crawl out on the bank and hatch. And the trout will pick off these bugs as they migrate up towards the bank. So I'm just going to cast up into this shallow water and let it drift on down in here. I'll make a couple casts in here. Just going to see, I have some room behind me for casting. Make one cast right in here close to me. See if anything is close to me. What I don't want to do is spook a bunch of trout that might be right here, and as I spook them with my fly line casting over there, they shoot over there and spook. Ooh, they spooked the trout over there. What was that? Was that bottom or was that a hit? I wasn't paying attention because I was looking over the other side. It could very well have been my fly rubbing up against the bottom, but it kind of made like an abrupt hit like that. Huh. Just let that drift right on back. I'm gonna try. Oh, it's moving again. I'm gonna try that again. It seemed fishy to me, as it wasn't the bottom, as it was like an abrupt hit. Usually if it hits the bottom, it slows. Look, see that? I should have set the hook on that. I'm just lowering my rod tip so it doesn't pull my fly line towards me. I'm going to do one more drift. Right on through here. Just want to see. It could very well be the bottom because it's low-key shallow there, but it was acting as if it was a fish. If I see any movement again, I'm going to set the hook. Aha! Tiny little chub. That's alright. Whoops. So that was what was taking my flies. There you go. Thank you. So now I don't have to worry too much, and I'll move further over and allow it to drift over there. Now the reason why I like over there better than here is two reasons. One, the flow looks like it's a little bit more healthier over there, and it's deeper. Here is a little bit shallow. Just gonna let that swing on through, keeping my rod tip still, allowing those flies to swing across the feeding lanes. These trout are looking upstream, so when a fly comes flying across them, instinctually they might hit it. Gonna let this swing on through again. Allow those flies to cross the feeding lane. I'll go a little bit higher and a little bit further over there. There's like a shelf that dips down deep. There's like rocks, like stairs. And then right about there where my indicator is, it gets deep. So if my flies are drifting down close to the bottom and then it comes to the shelf, then they're down deep, which is kind of nice. Full of little chubs, huh? Let's catch what the chubs are scared of, the larger trout. Manage my fly line a little bit. It's a little out of control there. So I've done a couple casts in that sort of foamy area. This is fighting like a trout. It's fighting like a trout. Loosen my drag here. I don't want to get my trout too far away, because if your trout is too far away, you lose any sort of tension on the line. So if they were to scream off, you think that you might be fine, but any sort of movement puts a lot of slack in the line, and that slack will allow your fly to kind of come loose. So as much as I don't mind them running, I don't want them running too far. I also get worried when I fight a trout for too long, because they get smart with spitting the hook. Getting close. Come on, buddy. See if I can get this guy close enough to net. Ah, so close. Look like a very pretty trout. See if I can get this come out in the water a little bit. Maybe not. It's a good fight. There we go. Took the glizzy. you see. Gorgeous trout. Just a little underwater. Well, actually, let me take one picture with it out of the water. Just because it's a really pretty trout. Do a little underwater release.